Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here. Make sure you drop a like because we're jumping in and covering a brand new Hunter tier list video. In the comments every single day, my viewers keep on asking for a brand new tier list, so it's time we jump in and cover it because we have so many brand new changes. When it comes to, as you know, our boy Thomas Andre, he got some very nice buffs coming in and also a brand new light sport unit. But where do they rank in our tier list? That's what I'm going to jump in and cover that way. You know where every Hunter ranks, of course. But as a reminder, everyone, if you want to keep on getting brand new free codes sent to you, you want to extend your support. Otherwise, your support is getting removed. We have the brand new supporter season coming out, which means your support gets taken off automatically, which means no more codes like 2000 essence zones, which is obviously not good. So you want to jump into the link down below in the comment section and extend your support. That way you keep on getting brand new codes sent to you, because if you don't extend your support will end this Friday. So jump in, press that juice red button, because we have more codes coming out this week that you obviously don't want to miss. The supporter program is so good and it's 100% free, so go to the link down below in the comment section and support now if you have yet. And also jump in and extend support, because if you support you get free codes, and also if you extend you get more codes for the brand new season that's coming out. So jump in everyone and support and extend your support. That way you keep on getting brand new codes like thousands of juicy essence zones. And also make sure that you join our Discord server. We have hundreds of dollars in giveaways for you, and brand new ones that are coming out today, like this one right here for $75, and another one very shortly. For our free supporters that extend your support, we have lots of giveaways for you, so jump in, join our Discord server, and enter those free giveaways, of course. And a big shout to Glorious Potato, the first commenter in our last juicy video. Now, I do want to see your thoughts down below in the comment section, because obviously, as you know, tier lists are opinion based. I want to make sure my opinions are based on game knowledge and not just my personal bias. These are the best hunters and some of the worst hunters in the game based on my understanding and based on my experiences and the current metas as well. As you can see right now, we have a pretty good framework. We have the win team right here, one of the best teams in the game, right? Jin and Goat are pretty much the goats of the game when it comes to early game, the mid game, and also the mid to late game. But when it comes to the actual late game, they're not really used too much due to the fact that the devs don't want us to use them in every single game mode. So in the SS series where they land, we also have Essel, one of the staples of the fire team, which, as you know right now, is getting slowly replaced by a very good hunter, that being Yuki Pookie, of course. She is still one of the best hunters in the game for Battlefield Time, the power of destruction, and the guild boss. She's used in every single game mode where we do need the fire weakness coming in. One of the best hunters in the game. Honestly, she is on the cusp of being a Z-tier hunter, just like one hunter we do love to see in the game. That being, of course, you guessed it, Soren. She is a perfect breaker, a solid damage dealer, and a great buffer all around, who recently got a buff as well, making her even more viable. Honestly, these breakers are hunters you want on your team in almost every single game mode. When it comes to Goto, when it comes to Yuki and Soren, you want them on your team to give you damage, to give you buffs, and to give you breaks as well. The breakers are just the goats of the game. But speaking of goats, we have our chairman. He is an absolute goat, and based on the recent light team changes, he is moving up to the S tier. He is such a good breaker and assault buffer. His damage though is a bit subpar, but still in the S tier he is earning a spot. But speaking of S tier, well, I know a lot of players are not gonna like this. When it comes to Connie, unfortunately, she is just not really a good hunter anymore. We just got the Queen coming in, which is where she's supposed to shine, but I'm not seeing the shine out of her. She is kind of falling behind by now. Even Yuso Hyun as hunter, based on her buffs alone, is a much better option. So right now when it comes to Kane, if you have Fern, she is one of the hunters I just don't recommend that you summon for at all, because I can't really think of a game mode that you should be using her on right now. I mean, for hunter modes maybe. The Ant Queen was her saving grace, but we just don't use her in the main meta, which is, well, not that great. So when it comes to Kane, although she's not the worst hunter in a game, she is falling off every single day. There's just much better options, just like you guessed it, Fern. She is the better option. The damage output on her is insane. Once you get mana cores on her, oh baby, she deals juicy amounts of damage where she spams her skills non-stop. I love to see it. When paired with Yuki and Essel and other hunters like you guessed it, Gina, her damage output just goes bonkers. I love her as a hunter. It's a shame she's a collab unit, but still, the damage output is insane. Just like Stark right here, his damage output is honestly very good. The issue is when it comes to team fight modes, he is not really good at this shit. But when it comes to hunter modes, he's just such a good option. So right now, I do think he's an S tier hunter. I think in the future we can change him, but honestly speaking, it's a tough call right now. You can honestly argue that he's an SS tier hunter, so either or really works. The same goes for Go right here, but right now I do think he's just an S tier, just because he's only really good for hunter modes. I mean, for Valter, yeah, he can definitely run it, but yeah, I do think he's just an S tier due to the fact that he is a buff hog. He does not buff the team. He is just stealing all the buffs for himself, but he does deal major damage in the process. And speaking of damage, you guessed it, we have Shua right here. Shua is honestly not a bad hunter. Although she's in the A tier, she's very capable. The issue is when it comes to her current water team like Wetshot, she got a huge buff that made her so much more valuable. So Shua is still in the A tier. We could definitely argue that yes, she's an S tier hunter, but I mean, in the A tier at the top, that's pretty much where she goes. We don't really use her in too many game modes right now. Even the guild boss, her damage is good, but she's not top tier. She's a solid A tier hunter dealing very consistent damage, but she is just a very good hunter. But speaking of very good, you guessed it, we have Leonard Nierman coming in, one of the best hunters in the game. For the late game though, I do want to say he is falling off a lot, just because our teams are getting major buffs, which makes him a little bit weaker in comparison. But as hunter, for clearing the workshop in the early game, the mid game and the mid to late game, and also every other game mode when paired with Godo, they are just the perfect combination. And Jinwoo comes in, making them the trifecta every new player should get to ensure their gameplay experience is going to be a breeze. I love to use Leonard, just like I love using, you guessed it, Sung Il Hwan. Ooh, he deals so much damage and he deserves a spot in our Z tier because, I mean, come on, right? His damage output is off the charts. He doesn't really need too many team members right now. And honestly, when it comes to his team, he doesn't really have a dedicated brand new buffer, but hopefully very soon, when Igris comes out as the dark potential breaker, Sung Il Hwan's damage output will skyrocket. That's so, because right now we have, Isla. She's a very good support. We have Minnie, who doesn't really help out too much. We have Harper, who's actually not too bad right now, especially when paired with Sung Il Hwan. The bonus buffs she gives for him are actually substantial, but right now again, he doesn't have a dedicated buffer. As an attack scaler, he is missing that one Spore Breaker to just absolutely allow him to decimate the targets we face. But right now still, Sung Il Hwan is a Z tier hunter, just like you guessed it, Wetshot. Wetshot is so darn good, she can carry you in the late game, the early game, the mid game. She is self-sufficient. I do think right now, based on the buffs and also based on Valter, she is going to be ahead of Sung Il Hwan, but honestly could argue for either or. But for me, I do love using her. She is so good, so easy, especially when paired with, you guessed it, Freerin, one of the best units in the game. Wait, hold on. I thought this was solo leveling Arise, not Freerin Arise. We have two of their clap hunters at the top of our Z tier. Freerin is so good. You can use her on every single team. She's a solid unit support, especially for the late game. If you use her on a team for Altair in the hard mode, you don't have to do a single thing because she is capable of allowing Jinwoo to clear it on auto due to the shields he gets. I love it. I can now clear the hard mode on auto due to Freerin on the team, one of the best supports in the game, and also as a damage dealer, right? She got such big buffs coming in, making her even more viable. But hold on, speaking of viable, you guessed it, we have the light team coming up, and the most viable hunter in a minute based on brand new buffs is, you guessed it, Lightshaw. She got such big buffs coming in where her raw damage in comparison to Thomas Andre is honestly the same. Though she's still a little bit squishy, her damage output is great, and the buffs to our team, right? The crit buffs are so juicy. So in the SS tier she's going right now, based on those buffs, the damage output, the buffs, and more. Oh, she's such a good hunter now that we do get for free right in the game, which makes her even better. You can use her for hunter modes right now, and I'm pretty sure, based on the brand new buffs to the dancer or skill, she is going to clear every mob in your way. I love it when the devs buff old hunters, making them viable yet again. A big shout to the devs, and make sure you drop a like if you agree. But how about Miyun, a clap hunter, who is honestly good for one game mode? Actually, no, hold on. She's good in 2 game modes, actually, when it comes to, of course, the power of destruction, and you guessed it, the battlefield of time. So where does she go? Kind of a tough call. She's not really good for the guild boss, and for hunter modes, she's pretty bad, but for the POD, she's great, that being the power of destruction. So right now, I'm gonna put her right here. I think she's not better than Go in the sense that you do want Go on the team to synergize the light team, of course, but with Miyun, she can easily be replaced with Thomas Andre, and also Cha right now, based on her damage output, right? I would say right now, Cha does have a better use case when compared to Miyun, but for Miyun in the battlefield time, she cannot be replaced. She is so good for the mob clear. But besides that, yeah, in the power destruction, she is just not that great, but a solid S tier hunter. She deserves that spot. But speaking of spot, you guessed it, we have the brand new hunter. Where is her spot on this tier list? She is just a B tier. No, I'm kidding, okay? Her damage output is insane. Actually, she deals a lot of damage, I was surprised, on the guild boss. On a DPS build, her damage output is off the charts. So right here she goes in front of Jinwoo because, well, Jinwoo is a damage dealer and also a support, but I do think Lore Walker right now is superior in comparison. Although she's not the best early to mid-game hunter, for the late game for the light team, she is invaluable. You have to run her to make sure that our boy Thomas Andre gets buff, who is now sitting comfortably in the S tier. No, in the SS tier all the way up top. He got a major buff coming in, although we can't say he's a Z tier hunter just because he does need Lore Walker, and his damage output still isn't necessarily the best. For the guild boss right now, his damage output is very good. He does get major buffs from Lore Walker, but I do think right now we are still missing a very solid breaker coming in for the light team, where I do feel like potentially we should get a new hunter to fill that spot. I do wish it was Chris or Reed, although he should be a fire unit. Right now, the fire team is just way too saturated, so I do hope he's going to be light, just based on the fact that we have enough fire hunters coming in. But this is a tier list. In the comments, let me know, do you agree or disagree? And make sure you drop a like as well. It took a while to make this tier list because there is so much to consider when it comes to all the brand new hunters and also brand new buffs. But don't forget, everyone, to please also jump in and extend your support, because your support is about to expire. It'll get removed automatically unless you press the extension button. You're gonna be good to go, and boom, you want to see it being black right here. That means you're extended and your support won't be reset, and it will get all those brand new codes sent to you. We are talking S and stones and more. We should get 2 brand new codes coming out this week, so jump in, support, and extend your support that way you do not miss out. But on that note, everyone, this was your Code King Zav signing out. I hope you enjoyed the brand new tier list, because honestly, these are always a treat to make.